OK, it's time to run you through the team news for every Premier League game this week. No injury news for Southampton. Maxwell Cornet could make his debut. He signed on deadline day. Rasmus Haaland and Luke Shaw are still unavailable for Manchester United, but Manuel Ugarte could make his debut. New signing Ferdi Kadiolu could be in line for a Brighton debut after recovering from a knock, but James Milner is definitely out. Ipswich have a nearly full squad to pick from. Wes Burns, George Hurst and Nathan Broadhead are all back in full training. Adam Wharton is fit for Crystal Palace's meeting with Leicester. His boss, Oliver Glasner, has strongly hinted that deadline day signing Eddie Nketiah will start, but not so the Chelsea loanee Trevor Chalobah. He's injured. There are no fresh injuries for Leicester, but Odsonne Edouard can't play because he's on loan from Palace. Fulham, they won't have their striker Carlos Vinicius for the visit of West Ham, but are otherwise at full strength. Reece Nelson could make his debut. The West Ham keeper Alphonse Areola should be fit, and deadline day signing Carlos Soler could debut. Nicholas Füllkrug, though, will need a late fitness test, and Aaron Cresswell is out. As for Liverpool, Federico Chiesa is in line for his debut against Nottingham Forest, and Alexis McAllister is fit. Harvey Elliott's fractured foot rules him out. For Forest, though, centre-back Willy Bolly is a major doubt with a calf injury, while top scorer Chris Wood's international trip with New Zealand has left him needing a fitness test. Erling Haaland could miss Manchester City's game against Brentford on compassionate grounds. Nathan Ake, he was injured on international duty. He is out for weeks. Pep Guardiola, though, says Phil Foden and Rodri have been looking good in training. As for Brentford, Christopher Ajer is available. Matthias Jensen will miss the trip to the Etihad, though. He's got a calf problem. Ollie Watkins and Ezri Konsa are both available for Aston Villa's Saturday night football with Everton. As for Everton, Seamus Coleman, the captain, is doubtful, while Jared Branthwaite and Armando Broja both remain out. Dango Ouattara has returned back from international duty with an ankle injury for Bournemouth. Kepa Arrizabalaga can't play in goal. He's on loan from Chelsea. As for Chelsea, Reece James, Malo Gusto, Romeo Lavia, they're all out. Cole Palmer, though, is fit. Jadon Sancho could make his debut. And Ben Chilwell could feature, having been named in their final Premier League squad. To Super Sunday, the North London derby, Dominic Solanke and Mickey van der Ven both look set to return for Tottenham after injury, but Yves Bissouma is a doubt. Mikel Arteta hasn't yet ruled out the captain Martin Odegaard, despite picking up a really serious-looking ankle injury while away with Norway. Arteta also says that Raheem Sterling is ready to make his debut. To Molineux, as Wolves face Newcastle, Wolves captain Mario Lemina will need a late fitness test, as will Rayan Ait-Nouri and Yerson Mosquera. Bruno Guimaraes and Emil Krafth could be fit for Eddie Howe and Newcastle, but Joe Willock has not trained fully, and the game comes too early for Callum Wilson. And let's start with Arsenal, shall we? There are major doubts over whether Martin Odegaard, the captain, will be fit to play in the North London derby. But Mikel Arteta, his boss, hasn't ruled Odegaard out. He picked up what looked like a really serious ankle injury while playing for Norway in the international break.
We need some more tests, so let's see what happens in the next day or so, this afternoon probably, and see what happens, what is the extent of the injury, and how quickly we can get him back. He's super positive about everything. We know Martin, he wants to be there every single day, but we have to wait and see.
I know there's probably swelling, so it's impossible for you to give a proper prognosis, but having seen him, I'm sure you have seen him, is he hopeful that it might not be as bad as potentially you first thought?
I leave that to the doctor, but yeah, his will, there's no question about that. He wants to be present in every game, and obviously a big game like this one, but we need to make sure that we know, first of all, how good he can be or not.
But just to clarify, and I know we can't read too much into it because of the swelling, but you're not ruling him out at this stage?
Players with 48 hours always available, but let's see what happens.
So not ruling him out, very much not ruling him in, means that Arsenal could go into the game without their captain. But one player who could still feature is Raheem Sterling for a debut. Arteta gets the sense he's got a point to prove after joining on loan from Chelsea.
He looks great. First of all, because he's got a big smile on his face, a lot of energy, he's at it, and he wants to prove a point. And when someone's got that in his belly, you sense it straight away. And obviously, I don't need to discover anything about his quality and what he can bring to the team. What I see is hunger. He's a player that wants to play every minute of every game. When it's not the case, he's not happy. He loves football. He's what he likes doing every single day, and I see that. And his commitment, the level of energy that he's bringing to the team, and the quality is a big boost. You can feel it on the players as well. So when he's walking through the door, we are better with him, you know, and he's going to make us better.
He had a great run of goal scoring at Man City when he was there. Every season it seemed to go up. Can you both unlock that again and how you see him play in your team? Because he had a knack of being in the right place at the right time with his goal scoring.
And he has this ability, and obviously the credit to that is his and the player that is got around him. And you need that when you are one of the front players, certainly. He has that intuition, that will, and the ability to do that, and I'm sure he's going to impact the team.
Yesterday, Arteta signed a new 3-year contract to stay on as the Arsenal manager until 2027. No doubts about the improvements he's made, but just the one trophy in his first season. He says he wants to achieve much more in his time at the Emirates.
Couldn't think about a better place to be, to develop my career as a player, to experience such an amazing football club, the people that I met, the experiences that I had, and now as a manager, that has been something fun, beyond and better than what I ever dreamed about, probably. We are in the right direction. We have made some huge steps, and we have a lot still to make. And you sense that hunger from ownership to the board to all the players and staff here, and this is the aim and the objective.
And is there any club or country you would have left Arsenal for? Were you so settled and just staying here?
This is the emotional attachment that I have, that my family has, my kids have, the experience that I have, and the involvement with the people.
Cristiano Ronaldo has voiced his opinion on Manchester United to Rio Ferdinand, and one of the things that he said was, you can't say that you can't win the Premier League at Manchester United. What is your view of that, and can Manchester United win the Premier League?
He said that Manchester United can't win the Premier League.
He said that you...
No, he said this. If you read the article very well. So he's far away from Saudi, or far away from Manchester. So everyone can have, and is entitled to have an opinion. It's okay.
Are you confident then that the club are on the right track? Because obviously there's been a couple of difficult results in a row, difficult performances. There's pressure building all the time at this place. So are you confident things are going the right way?
We will see where we are in May next year. It's very early in the season, and it's about winning trophies, be as high as possible, of course, in the league, do everything to win every game, and then we will see in May where we are, and then judge.
When there's a lot of noise, obviously the international break, there's a lot of noise. How does it impact you? Do you block it out? I mean, how do you deal with it? Because it
doesn't impact me. I know in the process where we are and what we have to do, where we are going. I have said before, we are still in a transition period. We have to integrate a lot of young players also in the team. We are still dealing with injuries. We have to bring the injuries back in the team. And before anyone thinks about excuses, no, we have to win every game. I know that, the team knows this, and doesn't matter who are available. And we will focus on every game and have in every game the mindset we have to win.
Erik, I spoke to Diogo Dalot this afternoon, and he said that there was a frustration in him and amongst some of the players that what you've been able to show at the start of this season isn't truly reflective of what's going on the training pitches every single day. He believes that what's happening here at the club now it's in a good place, and that things are better than it's been in recent times. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like the team are really onto something now, and that will show in time in the results?
Of course, when you see the scores, no one is happy. But also players have a very good sense of the process, of the quality of the process. And I agree with him. We are, and also when you analyze the games, all the games so far, we are in a good direction. But that is normal in the transition period and in the period where you have to build the team. We have to improve. We have to step up.
What do you think is different then that Diogo is feeling and that you're seeing that gives you that belief that this season can be better than what's gone before?
Well, we have good characters. You feel the team spirit, And now it's about to get the patterns and the routines in. Once we have that, everyone sees the quality we have on the training pitch.
How Manchester United now stacks up against Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal. The era of the top four ruled the mid to late 2000s, and the Big Six has long since faded. Now, we have a clear Big Three in the Premier League, and Manchester United isn't part of it. The familiar hierarchy is already forming with Manchester City, Liverpool, and Arsenal firmly entrenched among the top four. Brighton's presence in third place doesn't seem out of place either. Less than 16 months ago, they finished sixth, and with nearly £200 million spent during the summer transfer window, they've cemented themselves as serious contenders. Meanwhile, Manchester United languishing in 14th doesn't inspire confidence, and it seems highly unlikely they'll break into the top three, as they did in Erik ten Hag's debut season. 2 years ago, United handed Liverpool their first domestic defeat of the calendar year, when Liverpool stumbled out of the gate with draws against Fulham and Crystal Palace. This season, however, Liverpool has been red-hot under Arne Slot, while United has lost 2 of their first 3 league matches for the 4th time in 7 seasons. Behind closed doors, key United figures admit that City, Arsenal, and Liverpool are essentially playing in their own mini-league. If they don't win, it's seen as a shock, a United source acknowledged. The playing field outside this dominant trio is much more level. Teams like Brighton, Newcastle, Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest, Tottenham, Chelsea, and Fulham are all currently above United in the standings and, notably, all of them beat United last season. Brentford, sitting in 6th, may not have won, but they delivered a commanding performance against United, hitting the woodwork 4 times and racking up 31 shots against Andre Onana on Easter Saturday. Even Crystal Palace, 2 points behind United, completed a league double over them. Ten Hag has since hinted that United overachieved by finishing 3rd in 2023. That seems to be a minority opinion, especially as the club continued its record-breaking summer spending spree in a bid to return to the Champions League. Securing 4th place is the absolute minimum goal this season, and the race is wide open. Pundits from the BBC had United, Chelsea, Newcastle, Tottenham, Aston Villa, and West Ham all vying for that coveted spot in their pre-season predictions. United's fall to mid-table almost makes their losses appear less alarming. Brighton's Amex Stadium is becoming a fortress for them, and Liverpool has put United to the sword with 7-0, 5-0, 4-0, and 3-0 drubbings over the past 3 years. Southampton away may offer some relief, but nothing is guaranteed. United is unbeaten in their last 15 against the Saints, but 8 of those ended in draws. The only emphatic win came in a bizarre 9-0 victory during lockdown in February 2021. Southampton hasn't earned a point yet and hasn't won a Premier League match since March 2023. Their last victory over United at St Mary's dates all the way back to August 2003, which was Cristiano Ronaldo's 4th game for the club. The omens are bleak for United's pessimistic fans, who have watched their team lose 16 of their last 41 league games. Southampton's 3-at-the-back system could easily disrupt a United side that still bears a troubling resemblance to the disjointed and careless outfit that finished 8th last season.